Can you imagine that? Have you ever heard about these diseases like Alzheimer and cancer? Could someday treat it by sounds that a human cannot hearing? In this brief, we gonna focusing and exploring the focusing ultrasound for treating these kinds of diseases. I'm Asmal Marani, student in biomedical engineering. We're gonna indicate and present new brief about the sole base in biomedical engineering called ultrasound. Focusing ultrasound is non-invasive in a medical technology that uses high-frequency sound waves beyond the range of human hearing. These waves carefully concentrated on a very small target inside the human body. For understanding the idea of focusing ultrasounds, we can use this example. It's like magnifying glasses, focusing sunlight into the single points. This perspective needs from biomedical engineers required, such as purging devices first. And the second is like digital signal processing. The third one is accurate system controls. And this requires use for ensuring ultrasound focusing into the single point of the area inside the body without damaging the surrounding tissues. Before many decades, this ultrasound used as a medical imaging such as pregnancy scan. But nowadays we have more complex uses when we gonna turn it to use it as a therapy. Here's the complexes. For example, treating some kinds of diseases, it causes really complexes and also engineering challenges. One of these challenges called Alzheimer. Alzheimer have some obstacles for treatment, such as blood-brain barrier. What is the function of this blood-brain barrier? The function of this blood-brain barrier is protecting brain from harmful substances and also blocks most medicines, but focusing ultrasounds, providing engineering solutions such as opening this barrier, and also allows these kinds of drugs or antibiotics or gene therapy for passing and reaching to the specific regions in the brain. Like these kinds of techniques need some requires from biomedical engineers. This requires such as design MRI guided systems for ultrasound and also developing real-time monitoring algorithms and also control ultrasound intensity to extreme position to ensuring the safety. As the studies indicated that from some institutions such as Columbia University shows that these kinds of proteins like amyloid beta and also tau that considered strongly linked up with Alzheimer diseases already have been reduced when we gonna using and focusing ultrasounds. The clinical trials still going on that and achieving better results. When we come to the cancer in the brain, we have something called immune system. In this approach, the immune system can feel for catching like these kinds of tumors tissues. When we gonna focusing ultrasound like to these tissues, we gonna break them to the debris. This debris acts as a biological signals. The immune system responds to these biological signals, and by that we can get rid of from these kinds of cancer tumors. Also we have something called nanoparticles. In the recent research made and studies from China and Europe shows that the nanoparticles could be activated by using ultrasounds to treat brain tumors and delivering the drugs. Also focusing ultrasound can activate those kinds of drug analyzers inside the tumors, and also the responsibility for biomedical engineer to ensure the results, it tends to be like that. Design smart nanoparticles, modeling ultrasound tissues activations, and memorizing the side effects through the particles and delivering better results and ensuring the safety. We have something or technique called repairing the brain cleaning systems. It's a breakthrough for treating Alzheimer tumors. One of the biggest causes for Alzheimer, it's the failure of blood-brain barrier. Sometimes the blood-brain barrier cannot work and cannot protect the brain from the harmful substances. They developed nanoparticles and treated blood-brain barrier as a problem itself. These nanoparticles have a material called LRP1. This material works like cleaning material can be cleaning like the blood-brain barrier for working again and block the harmful substances. The experiment of that led by researchers from China and Spain. They used this material, LRP1, in nanoparticles for treating the toxic materials inside the blood-brain barrier. As a result of that, we can see that the mice have the ability to recover again the memory ability and the learning by 4,500%. To wrap up this brief, like these kinds of diseases as Alzheimer or cancer could treated by ultrasound waves that human cannot hearing. Imagine that. And imagine ultrasound not just only uses for a pregnancy scan or something like that. It can be used like this as a therapy for treating these kinds of diseases. We have many complexes, we have many challenges, and the studies still going on that. See you with next briefs. I'm Asal Marrani.